We are finally here in Seattle, and this city is alive with Seahawks pride. I saw a plane flying through the sky, dragging a number 12 banner, of course, representing the 12th man, as the fans call themselves. Even our hotel Wi-Fi password is Seahawks. It's hard to beat. The Green Bay Packers have their work cut out for them as they're facing a defense who goes by the name Legion of Boom. And this Seattle secondary plans to put full pressure on a less than 100% Aaron Rodgers and his receivers.
And Lauren, we know, of course, the Packers have a big weekend ahead of them, but have they turned in for the night?
You know, I would think so, but as I'm standing here waiting for my live shot, I'm seeing all the different players sort of trickle out of the hotel. I saw David Bakhtiari and Eddie Lacy and Randall Cobb along with Andrew Corliss. He was kind of making faces at my cameras. They're all going out to get dinner together. Hey, you know what? It's only 8 o'clock here. It's perfectly normal. They kind of hit the ground running, so good on them. Go relax, have fun, stay grounded, and remember not to change too much or get too hyped up. They'll psych themselves out.
All right, thank you so much, Lauren. Have so much fun out there. You've got the choice assignment. Thank you so much.
Sunday seems to be the perfect opportunity for this quarterback matchup. Aaron Rodgers, who's really a favorite in all the talk around the league MVP, and Russell Wilson, who's kind of been left out of that conversation. But who will be the best quarterback when an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl is on the line?
Which of these two do you think has the most to gain on Sunday?
You know, I think that's a little bit of a loaded question because they're so comparable yet different in a lot of different aspects. I mean, I want to say Russell Wilson because he's younger, but he is coming off a Super Bowl championship. I think it's been a while for Rodgers. He's hungry. You know, he is hurt, but he seems to really come alive during these adverse types of situations. I think he's brought his team this far, and he's going to carry them all the way home. Not to mention, he's got that MVP on the line, so just that little bit of an edge. I think Rodgers has more to gain. They're on the brink of breaking fire code. There's hundreds of people outside in line just waiting to get in. They announced, hey, we're not letting anyone in. It's one in, one out. No one's leaving. They're standing in the rain with just the hope that they can get in. Now, there have been a lot of changes between this Packers and Seahawks team since that Week 1 loss. One of the major differences is the run game and the run defense. It was really what brought on the loss back when, and the Packers say it's going to help in their efforts to pull up the victory on Sunday. Now, Packers running back Eddie Lacy and the Packers run defense definitely have their work cut out for them trying to stop Marshawn Lynch. Julius Peppers calling him a physical and violent runner. Now, this is something a lot of people might not know. Marshawn Lynch actually went to college with Aaron Rodgers. He said back in the day they used to have throwing competitions. He said Marshawn Lynch actually could throw farther than him, but of course, Aaron Rodgers was more accurate. Packers linebacker Julius Peppers is in his first year with the Packers, but you wouldn't be able to tell by the way he's really gelled with the defense. Peppers did say the first time he walked into the green and gold locker room, he was nervous.
Did you ever imagine he'd be this productive?
You know, Brandon, when he was leaving the Chicago Bears, he did seem like he was a little bit tired. He's 34. He's been in the NFL for 14 years. Everyone doubted him a little bit. He almost seemed washed up, but it seemed like coming to the Packers, it gave him new life. He seems like he's a brand new player in the NFL, and you know, he's really been able to be effective and aggressive, and he's a force to be reckoned with.
All right, thanks a lot, Lauren. You're dealing with your own 12th man out there, it sounds like. Back here in central Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's been raining all day in Seattle. Weird, right? You know, we can spend all night long breaking down the different factors of what it's going to take to win this game tomorrow. But what really stands out, what matters most, is the health of Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers says he only has 120 minutes left in him. Of course, saving 60 minutes for the Super Bowl. Now, someone asked, really? 120 minutes specifically? He said, yep, I sure hope we don't go into overtime. Reporting live from Seattle, I'm Lauren Magiera, Newsline 9 Sports. Now, that amount of noise isn't just on game day. The fans are very in your face, go Hawks, all the time. Now, I'm a very loud person myself, so coming from a personal level, I'm really excited to hear the thunder that those fans can bring at CenturyLink Field. Reporting live from Seattle, I'm Lauren Magiera, Newsline 9 Sports.
So basically what you're telling me, Lauren, is after tomorrow you will not have your voice.
Well, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but I've been doing a lot of talking since we've started our Packers coverage here in Seattle, and I can only imagine with the amount of noise, I'll be trying to talk over people tomorrow. I might not have a voice when I come back to Wausau.
Well,
Yes.
you do a lot of talking in Wausau, too, so it's not specific.
This is true. This is very true, coming from a guy I share an office with.
All right, thanks a lot, Lauren. We appreciate it. Have fun at the game tomorrow.
It is the night before the NFC Championship here in Seattle. The Green Bay Packers have landed last night. The media is still trickling in, and that includes ESPN's Packers beat reporter, Rob Demovsky. He's allowed us to let us pick his brain a little bit about this Packers-Seahawks matchup. Now, Rob, I know everything that we've all heard about, the 12th man. Right. Is that actually going to be a factor for the Packers? They said that they're not even relying on verbal communication, just hand signals. You know, one thing the Packers have been preaching all week is fundamental football, but it seems to me like when they feel like their backs are up against a wall or when they feel like they're the underdogs, they play fancy football. They go for the onside kicks, two-point conversions, trick plays. Right. Do you think that Mike McCarthy has anything up his sleeve?
Well, think about the New Orleans.
About Aaron Rodgers. He's going to play, he says, no matter what. But how effective are the Packers without him? It almost seems to me like having a gun without any ammunition. It doesn't matter.
You know, the calf injury we saw.
Yeah, Brandon, they're just starting to turn the lights off here at CenturyLink Field. Now, I spoke with multiple players after the game, and they're all in agreement. I talked with rookies, veterans, offense, defense, special teams, all saying they're devastated because they did not finish this game. The Green Bay Packers established the fast start they talked about all week, heading into halftime with a 16-point lead and clearly holding the momentum as Russell Wilson only had 2 complete passes for 12 yards and 2 interceptions.
Obviously, when you're up like that and you get the ball back, you want to put your foot on the gas and in the game. And we had multiple opportunities and we didn't cash in on them.
A decent second half went down the drain for the Packers after a Seahawks touchdown. They opt to go for the onside kick. Tight end Brandon Bostic's job was to block, but instead went for the catch, and he missed. The Hawks go on to score another touchdown, get the 2-point conversion to tie the game, and force overtime.
We were sitting out on the sidelines, too. We know it's going to be momentum swings. We know it's going to be a roller coaster ride. We know things were going to happen. We never, for a second, didn't believe that we were going to win that game.
I expected to win the game. We were positioned to win the game, and but that's football. You know, we had opportunities to get that thing done, and we came up a little short.
The Packers discover that rock bottom has a basement. In overtime, it takes Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks 3:19 to score the sudden death game-winning touchdown and move on to the Super Bowl.
I'm at a loss for words, to be so close, to be right here and see everything that you've worked your butt off for. To get to this point and not be able to capitalize on your opportunity. Your opportunities coming few and far between, and we didn't get done what we needed to get done.
Now, I tried to talk to a couple defensive players after the game, but I really couldn't break that look of just being stunned. Mike Daniels would only answer every question he was asked with, "We did not finish the game." So clearly this loss clouded their vision of seeing any sort of bright side coming from this game. Reporting live from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, I'm Lauren Magiera, Newsline 9 Sports.
Now, Lauren, there were several big moments in that fourth quarter, the 2-point conversion, the onside kick. In your mind, what was the moment where this game shifted and the Seahawks took control?
You know, Brandon, it's difficult to point fingers, and the Packers say they certainly do not point fingers at each other. They win together, they lose together. But, I have to say, Brandon Bostic, he did not do his job. This team preaches all the time, do your job and everything will fall into place. He did not. He was supposed to block on that onside kick. He reached out, tried to catch the ball, didn't catch it. Seahawks recover. They go to score a touchdown, 2-point conversion. The game's tied up. I have to say, that was the pivotal moment where it was sort of the beginning of the end.
All right, thanks, Lauren. Certainly a lot that went wrong in that fourth quarter all around.